Welcome back, folks. With me, Phil Terrell. You're watching part 3 of the Megaman X2 playthrough, and we just got done taking out Overdrive Ostrich, and now we're going to take on Morph Moth, and we're going to get the second last part of our armor, and then we're going to take on the final X-Hunter, that is Violin. I don't know if is it Violin or Violin? I'm pretty sure it's not violin like the instrument, but Morph Moth. Morph Moth is known as the fallen angel from the Island of Dreams. Okay, that's a bit odd, but it is what it is. There's no data on Morph Moth in any database. An unusual Reploid, Morph Moth is apparently a prototype equipped with advanced circuitry. He has a unique ability to absorb scrap from any other Reploid to power himself up. Under Sigma's direct orders, he has occupied a robot junkyard and is using scrap materials there to resurrect destroyed Mavericks and to create new ones. Okay, so whenever you get here, I kind of like talked a little bit more than I really intended to, but you want to use the spin wheel here to destroy the ground right here to get our third armor part from Dr. Light.
Megaman X, enter the capsule. This enhancement will modify your body armor. With it, you can absorb damage and transfer it into the explosive weapon energy. It go boom, by X.
So, like Dr. Light said, this armor will transfer the damage that we get from our enemies into explosive weapon energy that makes Megaman X go boom! Just like that. And it's pretty useful to take out one of the X-Hunter's initial forms in the final level of the game. But to discover that area, which whenever I played this for the first time, I discovered that purely by accident. I just had a spin wheel equipped for whatever reason. I used it, and then that happened. Like, oh, hey, neat. But the way you discover that is if you have the head part for the armor for Megaman X, you can discover it because the head part will. There's the head part we haven't gotten to it yet, but it's basically like a radar that lets you see hidden things, and it'll point to that area, and then you use a spin wheel to destroy it, and then lead you there. But if you know where it's at, well then, you don't have to worry about that. You know where it's at. You can use the spin wheel, or just get purely lucky like I did the first time I found it. But moving on to Morph Moth's level. Morph Moth's level, I kind of like it. I like the junkyard aspect. I love the idea of just finding all this damaged rubble and Reploids, Mechanoid stuff. And this enemy right here, this little spider scorpion bot right here, it'll inhabit this shell of a machine, Mechanoid, Reploid, whatever. So if you destroy the chest, keep hitting the chest, it'll go down really easy if you hit the chest. Switch to the speed burner and then hit the pink scorpion bot with it, and you'll destroy it in one hit right away. So you don't have to worry about it. It's really, really easy mini boss. So just continue on once you do that. And there'll be a green variety like this, and the green variety, it's a little bit annoying. They don't really hurt you. If they do latch, they can latch on you, kind of like that Mechanoid. And they can either make you dash, shoot, or jump repeatedly. And really, you're kind of at the mercy of it when they do that. And this is the area to go to the X-Hunter room. So take out this robot however you want. I don't know why I'm using spin wheel to try to take this out, but Violin is potentially the hardest of the 3 X-Hunters, but he can also potentially be the easiest, depending on the look of the draw, what pattern he uses.
X, I will crush you like a tin can.
So Violin's weakness is the bubble splash, and he has this attack which he shouldn't use very often, but he's going to be using it quite a lot in my fight, where he'll jump in the air and then shoot little energy blasts. But then this is the attack that really makes him the difficult one, is the spinning wrecking ball of doom. And that wrecking ball of doom does do a lot of damage, to the point where I think it's in your best interest to just run and get hit by him and then get the invincibility frames.
It cannot be! Now the unification is in jeopardy! By X. My world needs me.
You got Zero part number 2, which is the chest and arm part of Zero. But as I was talking about Violin there, that Wrecking Ball attack does a crap ton of damage comparison to all of his other attacks. I want to say it does 5 damage compared to all the other attacks that he could do. And it really, yeah. So he does 5 damage for the hammer, 3 for contact, and 2 for the scattered bullets. So the hammer does absolutely the most damage. It's to the point where, like I said, getting contact damage, you save on life just by running into him and just getting bonked by him. But continue on. There's all these Mavericks here, the little scorpion bots. Again, scorpion bots, they don't really hurt per se if they latch onto you. I mean, you could run into them and you can take contact damage, but if you just run into them while they're hopping, they can latch on you, which is kind of annoying. Speed Burner is a good way to take them out, but X Buster is perfect. They tend to drop a bit of health. And this is another one of those pink spider scorpion mini bosses. So just go ahead and hit the main body, do some damage, and then when the scorpion spider bot comes out, just hit it with the Speed Burner. Just take it out, destroy it with fire, and then just continue on. And it might drop some HP, it might drop some weapon energy, whichever or. And I like to use the Speed Burner here because you can take out quite a bit. And then I guess you really shouldn't use the Speed Burner because that is the weakness of Morph Moth. And Morph Moth has a pretty unique boss fight. It'll start off in like a cocoon state, and you're probably wondering what the heck that does not look like Morph Moth. But if you hit him with the Speed Burner, he will light up, and he'll either drop some junk all over the place, or he'll absorb junk from the area around you, or he'll toss junk up on the ground like he's doing right here. This is the easier attack to avoid. The one that's hard is when he decides to do this. He's just absorbing junk, and you're expected to like dash jump above him and then, avoid it. Once you do half his HP, he'll transform or evolve, depending on how you want to look at that, into his actual real form. He'll sprinkle little fairy dust all over the area. So I guess that's what they mean by he's the Angel of Dream Island, or the Fallen Angel of Dream Island. But a few more Speed Burners and he's done. So and then the arena will expand a lot higher vertically, so you have a lot more room to navigate and try to avoid his attacks. But with Speed Burner, he's no problem at all. And with that, we will get the Silk Shot. And the Silk Shot is a very useful weapon, not because of its ability to do damage, but its ability to farm energy in Bubble Crab's level. And since we have all 3 of Zero's parts, we'll get a little cutscene here with Dr. K Megaman, where they talk about how we've gotten all of Zero's parts and Dr. K needs more time to reactivate Zero. So we got to go and slow them down, aka just beat the rest of the adjective animal Mavericks. So with that, we can go ahead and play the rest of the game however you want, because we don't have to rush now to take out the X-Hunter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Bubble Crab's level and go ahead and get my energy tank, and then I'm also going to show you how to refill your energy really quickly, like super quickly, like in a matter of seconds. So just continue on here. If you want to go and get the extra life, you can. If not, don't worry about it. Not the end of the world if you don't want to get it. I'm sure you've seen me get this at least once already. I think I've only played this level once now, just to beat Bubble Crab. I'm thinking about my other playthrough with this. But a little bit, before I go on that digression, if you want to ever take out the fish bot here really quickly, all you have to do is just have the bubble splash ability equipped, charge it up, and just ram yourself into the different parts of the fish. You take it out really quickly here. There might be a faster way to do it in a less damage intensive way, but this works really good for me. And anyways, you can regenerate your HP really quickly, not only because of this, but because of what we're about to do. So equip the Silk Shot right here, and that area that just opened up, slowly slide down the wall and you'll go into this little alcove, charge up the Silk Shot, and then you'll get a lot of life energy. And so you can keep on this for as many times as you need to recharge your energy tanks. Now to get the next energy tank, so you need to keep a little bit of energy for your Bubble Splash. And one unique thing about having Bubble Splash in the water, you jump quite a bit higher, I feel. I think you do. I think that's your normal jump plus extra height due to the bubble shield. But continue on here and then dash jump and jump. And when you come to the edge of the water, you can jump again. It's not immediately obvious. So you can do this. So jump, and then as soon as you get to the edge, jump, and then you get like a pseudo double jump as long as you're in water with that ability. And then go ahead and exit, and we can continue on with the rest of our playthrough. So next Maverick that we're going to take out is going to be Magna Centipede, which is my second favorite Maverick. I was going to say Maverick Hunter. Maverick design. So I really like his design there. But Magna Centipede, aka the Crimson Assassin. Magna Centipede is a former Maverick Hunter of the Special Zero unit that was captured by Sigma's forces during the Sigma's first uprising and was brainwashed into a Maverick. Magna Centipede is one of the 8 Maverick bosses. He snuck into a computer center where he began transmitting the Maverick virus around the world. Now, one thing about Magna Centipede's level is you want to avoid these searchlights, otherwise you'll trip the traps around the room. If you do trip it, it's not the end of the world. Just do not destroy this block right here that drops down. If it does attack you, off screen it, come back, and then it will be right back there. You can speed burner, climb it up, and then get the heart tank right there. And you want to have speed burner in this level, that way you can get everything in one go, as well as having the arm part. And these purple huge blocks, you can destroy them with your Mega Buster. So just make sure that you're very careful you don't get smashed, because if you do get smashed, you will die instantly. So just not take your time, but just be aware of your area. So right here, I would not advise going unless you're speedrunning this and you know what to expect. So just take your time, let the blocks fall where they are. And then right here, this is the tricky jump. So you need to get the speed burner, get ready, charge it, dash jump, and then speed burner at the right minute to catch the lip of that area. That way you can climb up. So it took me a bit. I had to actually grind out some weapon energy to get that back to go here to get that energy tank. So we have all the energy tanks now. So now we're going to fight a mode 7 sword. The hilt, the blue part, is the weak part. And that Mega Buster, I feel, is pretty much the way to take it out. I want to say, I don't remember the weaknesses, but something tells me it might be the bubble head. I could be wrong. But if I'm wrong, Twitchfield can put it up there. But really, it's a pretty easy boss fight. Just use the regular Buster shots. If you can sneak in a charged Buster shot to do a little bit more damage, do it. But I feel like the small little pellet shots are good enough. So right here, I think this will be it for the sword. Actually, one more shot right here. Yep, and we take it out. So hop for joy. It'll drop some little energy pellets there, and this. Hug the right wall, slide down, and try to be very careful not to get spotted by the searchlights here. Drop to the right, and then time your jump right here and go between the searchlights, and then just hug and fall down the left wall, and you'll be good to go. When you get to the ground, just keep on dashing to the right till you get to an energy pellet, and the trap will stop. Don't get caught by those little targeted things, otherwise you'll make this mid-boss a little bit more difficult. And this mid-boss will change colors and will get stronger depending if that little search thing catches you. It'll analyze X, and then it'll make this thing stronger. Its attacks in its green form are pretty standard. He does the same thing. He'll shoot a few blasts, he'll jump and shoot a tri-laser down. It's pretty telegraphed, so you'll be able to take it out really easy. If you do get caught, his attacks do get a little bit faster. I believe they hit a little bit harder. And I want to say, if you get caught 3 times, he might add a new attack to his arsenal, I think. But it's been a very long time since I got caught by it. So, but with that enemy is done. It's destroyed. We can continue on. Now, just be careful when you cross these bridges, because they will fall down, and you don't want to be on them when they fall down. Otherwise, you'll fall to your doom. So jump over that block. It's going to try to launch you into the bottomless pit. And I was about to say Morph Moth. Magna Centipede is weak against the Silk Shot, and not the Bubble Shield or Bubble Splash. And when you hit him for the first time with the Silk Shot, you'll blow off his tail, which I believe takes away like half of his move pool, and then he'll resort to teleporting and throwing a little shuriken at you. So if he's on the top, what I like to do is I like to shoot in the opposite direction the little pieces that fly in the directions, in the 4 directions diagonally, should hit him. And it does take a little bit, but if you time it really well and your position is very well, you won't get hit by him. I mean, he might be able to hit you with the contact damage, but again, if your timing is really well and you know how to dash and when to dash, you won't take very much damage. And the boss fight does take a while because he might spam his teleport move, geez. But otherwise, it's a pretty easy boss fight, all things considered. And just take your time. I will say one of the things I do wish I did do in this playthrough, when we get to the rematches, I really wish I had hit Magna Centipede with the super duper special attack that we get at the end of the game. Unfortunately, I don't get that. I only hit Morph with it, I think. But with that, we take out Magna Centipede, and we'll get his weapon, the Megaman, which is a pretty cool weapon, but not super duper useful outside the bosses you need to use to beat with it. We almost got our armor, and I really like that color. I really like the black and yellow color on X or Mega Man, even the original game. You got Magnet Mine, and Magnet Mine, you can shoot it and then you can direct it up or down, so it's very useful. You get a little bit of, well, you get quite a bit of control with that weapon, considering what the other weapons are like. So we're gonna go and take on Crystal Snell, and Crystal Snell probably has my favorite track in the entire game. Something about this track I just really like, and I don't know why. I guess it's because I guess it really reminds me of Lava Reef Zone, certain notes of the track, but it just, I don't know, this track just makes me smile. I just bob my head left and right when I hear it. So right here, go down here with the right armor, equip the strike chain, and then you're going to want to dash jump at the last minute, and then jump out the last minute, and then strike chain at the last minute to get this heart tank. And then once that, we can get out, ride the platform to the other end, and boop, boop, boop. Okay, get down, go up, and then continue the level. Get the right armor again, and we're going to try to carry this right armor for as long as we can, because it's really useful. We don't want to lose it because we'll save on damage. The green blocks, they will fall down, and then they will try to smash you to death, and then you just want to run away and get to a safe spot, preferably underneath a section they won't fall down, or you get to a higher path they can't reach, or you just continue on until they fall into a certain slot where they cannot continue anymore. So here you can use that right armor to break those cubes and get the extra life. And now that I'm thinking about it, I didn't really talk about Crystal Snell, but I'm gonna wait until we start the mini boss right up ahead. But yeah, a lot of the items are hidden in bottomless pit looking things, which they are if you go down far enough, but a lot of them are hidden. Actually, all the items are hidden there. So equip the spin wheel to take on this mini boss. And I like to just shoot it, and I should have just like shot the first few on the ground, because the spin wheel is high enough to where it will reach it if you shoot on the ground. But Crystal Snell, aka the Crystal Ball Magician. Crystal Snell's background and any past affiliations are unknown, but his status as an SA class Maverick indicates he was a criminal before joining the X-Hunters. Regardless, he is ordered by the X-Hunters to protect the Energon crystal mine used by the Mavericks. I almost said Energon crystal mines. But go down this hole, take out these little enemies, and you'll get our next capsule.
Megaman X, enter this capsule. The capsule. This enhancement will modify your radar options. It uses some energy, but with it you'll be able to see objects you cannot see before. Good luck, Megaman. Toodaloo.
So this will be the final, technically the final armor upgrade with the helmet, and then our armor is complete. And then with the helmet, you get a little bit of a hint guide to see where hidden pathways are. So this is really useful to find a lot of interesting goodies around in the game. And that's it for the armor. We're done until the third to last level, I think, technically. Excuse me. And then I want to say this about the armor in X2. The armor in X2 is, I like the pixel art on it. I really like it. It doesn't seem that much different from X1 or especially X3. There's something about it I just like. I like the colors and then just the way it looks on Mega Man X. But anyways, I digress. Right here, this is another area that you can use a silk shot and you can rake in a lot of weapon energy. Now, why you need that much weapon energy, I don't know, but it's there if you want it. And then right here, you're going to get into knowing these segments of crystal that break down. Get as close to it as you can. As soon as you notice it shake, run. Either keep running or jump up the ladder and avoid it that way. It'll stop really close to the ladder, so you don't have to go very far from the ladder, as you see there. Go up, take out the bat bots. These don't drop as much health as they did in X1, unfortunately. And we're right at the boss door almost. So trigger that last crystal wall. You can get on the wall above it and you'll trigger it, and then we'll get the Crystal Snail. And Crystal Snail is a bit of a tricky Maverick. As far as I know, I don't think he has a projectile attack. He's going to try to crash into you. Which I guess that makes him technically one of the easier Mavericks, but he has the ability to slow down time to make you move slower. So there's that. That took a long time for him to get introduced. But shoot the magnet mine, he'll launch out of his shell. And then what I like to do is I like to hit put a mine on the wall he's going to launch himself towards, because when you hit him with the mine, he'll fly towards the wall. And if you plan there in mind, you'll get 2 hits on him, and so you'll get quite a bit of damage. So right there, I should have shot it, but because time was slowed down, I jumped and then shot. And you could actually, just like that, you can actually hit him in the air, and if he gets in his shell, he'll quickly turn around, and you'll have a split second to hit him with a magnet mine. And right here, you're going to see him just try to crash into me. So, I mean, if you can kind of predict how he's going to go, you really have an advantage over him. I don't think he has any projectile attacks except for him making himself the projectile. And he's almost dead here, and we take him out. And the interesting thing about Crystal Snail is if you take him out when he's outside his shell, the shell remains. So what's to stop Mega Man X for just attaching that shell to his back, and then he's like Mega Man X Snail? I don't know. It's the ultimate defense. He can't get hit from behind. But that's the end of Crystal Snail. And he has a pretty useful weapon, again, for getting to places you ordinarily couldn't get. So we'll get the Crystal Hunter. And the Crystal Hunter, I'll talk more about it in the next part. But I'll catch you in the next one, folks. Later, and bye.